What's good, everyone? We are trying to trade with confidence, as the title says, and that's with backtesting. So, welcome to another day, 12th May, Monday, 9 p.m. So let's get started, and we will be right back after the intro. Peace. Great. So we will go to our sessions right here, the NAS 100, and do a small backtesting session. So we were targeting this level of liquidity yesterday, most recent high, and we had this level 4 right here. Let me mark it as well. Basically, we have 3 levels to the upside that we will be targeting, and we have equal lows. So basically, we have a high liquidity, the level 4 from this standard deviation calculation from here. So probably if we reach here, we might target these levels, or we first go here and then we push higher. That's what we are looking for in the market. So it's Monday, 19th June 2017, 15 minutes, and let us play it. Okay. So keep in mind, we've got a fair value gap right here. First presented fair value gap, this one. We've also got this one, and we've got the 5 minute. We can see that this was 935, this was 930. So the first presented fair value gap is this one. So a potential retracement into this one would be a good one to, buy. So let's see if it reaches there. So it's really struggling to drop. PM session pushes a bit higher. So looks like we didn't get a drop into this, clear drop into the first presented fair value gap, other than this one. It looks like we're pushing a bit lower, and we're about to take out the buy side liquidity. Equal highs generated, you can see them right here. Liquidity generated, which means we'll target that one as well. Fair value gap retracement, you can see this. So you can take a short trade, London session on Tuesday. This one will be a good trade in here. Stop loss below the candle. Target this 2.5 hour. I'm entering on this fair value gap, that's what I wanted to show. So you play it. Let's see if it reaches there. So actually we should be targeting these equal highs. Yeah, these ones right here, and you can see that they were taken out. That's what I just did, a short scalp trade and a few minutes. Okay, it's not a scalp because this one is a few minutes, almost an hour, so this one's a good trade. And I think I can download this image. Okay, nice one. So now we can see that first trade of the day is this one in London session, and yeah, let's go to the high time frame so that we can get a clear direction. So it's clear that we want to push higher and take out this liquidity level, and I think we also saw this today in the market, actually a few days earlier in today's market. That's the beauty of backtesting, man. When you go to the NAS 100, a few days earlier, on the 1 hour, So I took a losing trade today. I wanted it to react on this fair value gap and then push lower, but unfortunately it didn't. But no worries. And what I wanted to show you, I think, is it on the daily? There's somewhere it did. You can see it's something like this. So we're right here, and then there's buy side right here, and some equal highs here, or another buy side liquidity. So it's things that continue repeating themselves. See, equal highs, buy side liquidity, another high which we're about to take out and fill this gap. So basically we have all the signs we need to look for buys. If we don't first rebalance to this fair value gap and then push higher. But let's go to the lower time frames and see what's more to this. Alright, so I don't see any reason market will push higher. Maybe we'll wait for London session. It's better. Let's wait. No, I mean New York session. Let's wait for New York session, and then we'll be able to enter off of that in New York session. Okay. So let's play this. You can see it's now pushing a bit lower. And when you go to the 30-minute, consider there's a fair value gap. This is the only fair value gap, and this is like one. So if it drops, maybe we'll target this one, because this one you can see it was touched, and this one as well. Okay, see how this goes. We are also in another fair value gap here. So what time are we? We are still in New London. Okay, we've got the low taken out from London. And this is a crazy one. You can see this crazy move right here. So we had a bearish conviction. We wanted to push higher. So you can see a liquidity sweep in here by this candle. And then you can also see that there's liquidity here which hasn't been taken out. So let's see what the market does before we enter. Okay, so sweep out liquidity, then we drop again. Okay, now we take out these levels of liquidity. These are the ones that we wanted to see being taken out, and here is a fair value gap that would have entered by, but we didn't. We missed it. But even this fair value gap, I don't think it was respected the way it should, because if this candle reached above here, then that means that it wasn't respected. So let's see if we can get a move off of this. Potential order block as well. Okay, I think I will let this go, man. It's kind of choppy, really choppy. We've got a sweep here. We've got a shift, fair value gap right here. We are retesting the fair value gap, but the reason market was looking choppy at the open, but here at 10 we can look, it's 11, so we can look for a small sell. Looks like our daily. Go to daily time frame, you can see that our day has really shifted a bit bearish, which means we can target to fill this gap for some time. When we go back to our 5 minute, you can see that here we can take a potential trade. You can see that it's relatively guys taken out order block, shift, fair value gap retest, and we can enter right here. Maybe it would be a bad one. Stop loss right here. TP, sorry, maybe like 1 to 3. I want to see the levels clearly, so this will be into this fair value gap. So maybe it's 3, 4, 3R. Fill this fair value gap and hit the order block. Maybe we targeted something big because I don't know why it's not dropping until there, because that was an unreachable area. Okay. Great. TP hit. And how long did it take? Tuesday until Tuesday, so a few hours. These are usually the trades that I like. 3 hours and 45 minutes. So why did we take it? We had a sweep. Center. We had a sweep right here. We had a shift and a fair value gap. So we had a fair value gap right here. Sorry. And now we also have another fair value gap right here. In here. Which means this is a really good entry. We can also mark the shift and then save the diagram. And SS. Alright. This is it. This is what I mean. Alright, so the problem of full screen, you can't get the screenshot easily, so sorry. Download image. Great trade. Right, so let's now see. So we're still bearish, and have we rebalanced yet? It will depend on what the 1 hour is showing us. Well, the 1 hour is showing us that we might have rebalanced. Well, it depends from this low to this high. So from the to the low, 0.5 might be somewhere here. So let's take trade price and see if it reaches that level. Oh yeah, it did. Yep, it did. This is the level right here. It was the green one. You can see that we reached equilibrium. So holders, this is a really good one. And yeah, I think that was all for that day. And this new day, it's Wednesday, we had the opening gap, then it kept on dropping, so we might go on high time frame to look for an essential POI market would be targeting. So let's clean it. We still have liquidity above there. Let's remove these images. Okay, and we have this. So we have this for our order block. But without considering that only, we can still have equal lows. So if it breaks below this OP, then we look for this liquidity point, sell side liquidity. Back to the 1 hour, still have the gap here. We have an opening range in here, so we target the midpoint before a pullback, then we drop again. So midpoint right here, so just as soon as we enter the order block, that's what we will be targeting. So that 30 minute still the same thing. Maybe we would mark some retracement levels such as this OP where market would push back to then drop, but on the 30 minute will look a bit clear. Let's see if you can get it on this. So we have the gap in here, open, close, didn't reach midpoint, so which means we can retrace back to midpoint, take out this high, then drop. Let's see what the market does. That's just our anticipation according to the results we have seen so far through our back testing. And let's now play this and see. Okay, slight push. Maybe this fair value gap will act as a good POI to make us enter, and was 930. 930 is somewhere here. 930. Yep. So 5 minutes now, fair value gap is here. So if we break past this candle, then we might target to first reach equilibrium, sweep out the liquidity, and we shift instruction, and then we can sell. So since it's early in London session, that all can happen. So unfortunately we didn't get a push higher. Oh yeah, we did, right into the fair value gap. So should we sell it? Well, not just yet. Still in London session, I don't want to really get manipulated in here. It's just a pre-dit. You can see a very good, as we anticipate, a very good retracement to the midpoint and a sweep. So now if we would get a shift in structure, basically by breaking this low right here, you can say for very good pre-test in here. And we broke past the fair value gap and pushed higher. So you had to wait, setup invalidated, but the void has been filled. So we didn't reach the order block. Let's see what the opening does. Okay, nothing large, nothing big. Over 30 minutes. You can see a huge push to the upside as a reaction to what? This opening void. Let's go to a higher time frame to see what market is pushing away from. We've got a fair value gap in here. So you can see the market is actually reacting from it and now pushing higher. Since when we go to the 30 minute, you can see that structure has changed. Recent high, broke. This was the recent high, and you can see we had a market shift right here. So if we had a market shift right here, then let's wait for a fair value gap pretest such as this one. Then we can target our next buy side levels. Right, so maybe let's wait for a retracement into this fair value gap, 30 minute fair value gap. Then we can take a long-term trade towards our level up there. So 30 minute fair value gap. Let's see if you get a retracement, healthy one. Not just yet. Looks like setup's about to be invalidated. But we look on the lower time frame. We didn't get one. Come on. But here it provided a good entry. This was the first presented. Oh no, it wasn't. This was 8:45. So basically, if we would look at the 5 minute first presented fair value gap, it's which one? This is the first presented fair value gap. This one right here. So which means maybe we might wait for a retracement into here. That's when we would enter. Let's play the price and see. Whoop. Wait. Order block. But let's wait. We push into this, break the order block, and then we reach this first presented fair value gap. If we don't, then no entry, basically. Simple as that. Very bad consolidation right here. No retracement to first presented fair value gap, so no entry that day. Buy side taken out. Well, our goal was to have buy side taken out and try to find a move. So we didn't find a move, but in the end, buy side was taken out. So this is a good move. This is what I like to see in the market. And now we can basically look for the next big thing, which is filling this gap. And by that, we can see that from this high to this low, equilibrium is here, which means equilibrium has already been reached. So if we are to push higher, then we first need to fill these fair value gaps. Anyways, let's go back to the 15 minutes. So let's see what the 15 minute is showing after taking out buy side. But here was a good fair value gap to enter from, but it did not. Bam. But this one was a good trade. Anyways, let's play this and now see where the market is going to head for the next day, because wow, great push to the upside. I really don't have a doubt of filling this gap. I think we will fill it, even if to just to the midpoint and then continue on. So let's play this and see. Quite a push still in London. Wow, filled with no opportunity provided. So well, we just have good targets. Maybe we had to wait for just our entry criteria to show up. So let's play it and see now. You can see that we filled the gap. We are now into an order block, as you can see it right here. This order block, we dropped into it a bit. I'm gonna go to the 15 minute. You can see it's not a big move, but it might give us probably a good trade. Fair value gap retest. Maybe might expect to start now pushing higher, but I don't think we can make that move, that kind of a big move, before we reach New York session. What do you think? Let's see. So exactly, quick stop out. So we have another order block right here. If it gets respected, then well and good. Okay, this one's gonna get respected. You can see it right here. It's 5 minute order block, fair value gap retest or inverse fair value gap retest, and we enter for buy. Inverse fair value gap touched yet? Nope, but we've got a shift. Okay, time to enter long. Stop loss here. TP. We need to fill this gap at least somewhere here. You can also target this liquidity point. Let's take risk and target this one, but doesn't move the fact that we will take pressure somewhere in here. So let's see. Okay, so New York Open just stopped us out, as you can see right here. It's a really crazy trade. How long did it take? 3 hours and 35 minutes. So New York, that's why I really should learn how to, I'm learning New York moves. Like New York really does some crazy changes, so, and then take trades in the New York session instead of using the London, because London doesn't really match with my trading criteria. But no big deal. So you can see we continue to drop. Let's see what area we might be potentially dropping to. Look at the 1 hour. I have another block here. Then we go to the 4 hour. What do we have here? Well, what's the start of this other block? But there's also fair value gap in here. And then we go to the daily. Sorry, when we go to the daily time frame, you see that we're having a bearish day, and it's an obvious sign that after this bearish day we'll head higher, because look at this candle. It opened below here, closed above here, which it took out all this liquidity, took out from this low as well in this one. So we're about to push higher. This might be a corrective move. So still on the 15th minute now. Even go to the 15 minutes, you can see that there's another block. So maybe let's see if this one gets respected or any other block that gets respected, and then we start to push higher. So it's the start of London, I'm in New York. You can see that we are respecting this one. Oh no, it's this one right here. You can see if we got the entry in the 5 minute. I mean, it doesn't hurt. So fair value gap, we dropped near it, we didn't. Okay, so we missed this one from the 5 minute. We have seen it, but no worries. We've got a sweep, we've got a shift. The next fair value gap retest, we can enter off of it. I mean, yep, this one. Yeah, and target somewhere here, or even filling this imbalance by half. Top loss below here. Yeah, 1 to 2. Let's play this one. Come on, push and take out that buy side liquidity. It's now going to take years and years to reach there, or even stop us out, because I'm not really good at holding positions. Longest trade so far. Let's see how it takes. Consolidating. By New York, this is what it was doing, and it ended up topping us out, as you can see it right here. So what did we do wrong? I don't think it was the stop loss error. I also don't think it was an error in this. What we did wrong was targeting a wrong level. You might be wondering why. We have such a big fair value gap. Market cannot fill it all at once, especially when we are after these choppy conditions and these big moves. So maybe we might target the midpoint of this, which was right here. Targeting the midpoint was right here would give us a full 2-hour trade. So the ideal trade should have been this one, instead of waiting for this high. Maybe we take partials here and then wait for the high to be filled, but this is another lesson to be learned. So I guess this was all for the video. It has become now long enough, but I don't want to make it very long. So we'll keep backtesting and I'll keep posting updates, and until we talk again just tomorrow, or even when I upload maybe a trade analysis or something else. Until we meet again, Lord willing, be safe.